Right, what's up guys? So today, as you can see, I am not in a car. Unfortunately, I'm in no 600 brake RS or a 500 brake Evo. And basically what happened is, I've severely sprained my ankle. I can barely walk, I can't really drive at all. So unfortunately for a bit, I won't be doing any car reviews and I won't be doing any sort of car stuff. I have actually got a meet tomorrow in the Cadillac, and I can still take it along because it's an automatic and it's my left foot, which is literally destroyed at the moment. So I'll still be there, hobbling along. But I just wanted to take some of this time to do a tattoo tour, because a lot of people have been asking me, and I've wanted to sort of share with you guys why I've got these tattoos on my body. And a little product range sort of FYD sort of thing, because a lot of people have been asking again, bits and bobs about FYD apparel as a brand, what it stands for, you know, products and stuff. So we'll have a little run through stuff. I don't want to bore you shitless, obviously. There's going to be no cars in this, unfortunately. You know, I could probably overlay some cars if you really wanted me to, but I can't even walk down the fucking stairs at the moment. It's so bad. But basically what happened was, I was taking the dog for a walk and I jumped up on a wall, and as I've turned to come back off, I've turned sideways and my foot's just gone like that, and I've hit the floor and it's gone like that. I fell over and it was a bad time, so not happy with that. And it's probably the most pain I've ever had in my life, if I'm honest. I've never broken any bone in my body. I rarely, you know, do anything dangerous enough to actually sprain something or anything. So we think this is just a serious sprain. It's pretty bad. It's bad enough so I can't drive and I can't, you know, do a clutch, and I can't really walk properly. So, and yes, I do own a red sofa. So first off, I'm wearing one of my FYD apparel vests. Yes, I am, do look like a fatty in it. I do go to the gym a lot, but I eat loads of shit as well, so, you know, the balance isn't there. I think that's what it is. So we'll go top to bottom. I've got none on my face, none on my head, none of that sort of stuff, but on this side, yes, I am very hairy as well. You've got New York City, a 50s, you know, slash 60s Cadillac doing a huge burnout into New York City. It still needs to be finished at the back there and stuff, but I was going to have some stuff, but like clouds and like all that sort of business happening. But it's a serious love for cars, that is, and it's a serious love for old school classics and low riders and, you know, that sort of era. So I wanted it to be sort of doing a burnout into New York City, if that makes sense. The image actually came from an album by Travis Barker, and it was sort of a representation of that. It's not the same. I wanted it to have a car going into a city doing a burnout, so it sort of works out. Next we have on this part is a money rose, $100 bills. So you've got, you know, $100 bills going around in the shape of a rose. This is probably one of my favourite pieces, if I'm honest. I sort of saw it and thought, yeah, that's the sort of thing I want on my body. So I wanted some sort of money on there, but I didn't want UK currency because I think it looks shit, if I'm honest. I prefer a $100 bill look, if I'm honest. So yeah, I really like that, and we you know, we modified it in different ways to make it proper and make it a little bit different. Next we have a bird there going into a candy skull with a rose. The idea of this was, I wanted the skull and I wanted like a wing here. And I know that sounds a bit weird to some people, but I have a vision and I will like jot it down, but I can't make that up, if that makes sense. And I saw, you know, the same style, but not the same sort of style online. And I sort of picked out bits that I wanted. We modified little bits. The wing had to come from something, so I put the bird's face there and it comes round into the bottom there. And then you've got a candy skull here. Next, onto my hands. You've got trust this side, although it does look like crust if you look at it a bit different. To me, and I think to a lot of people out there, trust is a big thing, so it was just, I always wanted script on my hands. I just think it looks fucking awesome and I loved it. Again, did a lot of research behind sort of, you know, different scripts and stuff like that. And we came out with that one, and that was just, literally when he was doing it and when it was done, I couldn't believe that that was on my hand. It just looks, it's just so awesome, I love it. On my fingers, a lot of people have asked, it says hold strong. It's supposed to be together like that, so it's one big piece. Originally, yeah, I did want the, you know, 1, 2, 3, like that. But to me, I wanted it to be a piece rather than actually saying something, although I wanted it to say something. So you don't know what it is when you're sort of going like this or you're driving along or whatever, but once you put it together and actually look, it will say hold strong. Next, on the other side, you've got loyalty, because I think loyalty comes with trust. So loyalty Again, same style script, you know, taken from wherever, modified into a way that I wanted it to be. Yeah, really happy with how that one come out. It looks right with that one. Coming up the arm, I've got on the side, Beast and the Harlot. A lot of people have never really seen that, but that's an Avenged Sevenfold song. The one that got me into drums back in the day, cool cars, like, you know, the whole rock and roll sort of style thing. So I used to be into drums so massively, so, and I think Beast and the Harlot is quite a, there's more than meets the eye, I think, if you really start thinking about it. Next, got treble clef there. Music wise, you know, I wanted this to be my music side. Heavily into music, have been since, you know, forever. Every type as well, not just fucking people shouting down a microphone. You've got a tape player there which needs redoing, but it sort of spirals round into treble clef. You've got roses and diamonds, because I've got this thing for diamonds. I think that the whole diamond look is cool, so we came up with roses, diamonds and pieces of music going down. So you'll see a diamond, music, rose, diamond, music, rose. So that sort of works there. That will be taken a little bit further up, obviously, when I want to do the underneath my arm, which I don't want to do. So this was actually my first piece I ever got done by a different place that does my stuff now. I prefer this to that, let's just leave it at that. But it's supposed to be a mic stand with a microphone in the middle saying "Can I Say," which is on Travis Barker's chest. You know, music notes, a couple of roses, stuff like that, with a beatbox, boombox at the bottom. And obviously around my chest I have "Follow Your Dreams." I am a big believer in dreaming about stuff, and yeah, that's all fine, but if you're not following them, you can't make it a reality. And I try, and I'm not trying to preach to people, don't get me wrong, that's not my, you know, that's not my sort of thing. And that takes me into FYD, follow your dreams. So a lot of people ask me, what does FYD stand for? It stands for follow your dreams. And I think outside of the car world, it relates to everything you're trying to do with your life, whether it be a better job, better lifestyle, going to the gym, you know, it's just everything. And I want that to mean that. It doesn't just mean some random thing that I picked off the internet. There was a lot of thought behind it, and I didn't want it obviously saying follow your dreams apparel. I wanted it to be sort of like, if you know the meaning, then you're like, oh shit, that's cool, like you're part of it, you're part of following the dreams and, you know, working towards a better you and all this shit. But it's not about, you know, preaching to other people, it's about, you know, your own personal goals in life and, you know, following them and all that sort of business. So that's what that means. It's a bigger picture than to what I can say on a keyboard. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more behind it, and there's a lot more about the brand as a whole that I think I should start saying more about, because it means more than it says, if that makes sense. And that moves me on to the clothing. Now, thanks to everyone that, you know, supports me and supports everything, I'm actually sold out of all the black t-shirts. I think I've got one small left, which is insane, and I can't thank everyone enough, honestly. I do it as limited numbers for the reason that, you know, I don't want everyone having the same t-shirt. That's not the idea. I wanted it to be so exclusive that when a release comes, you're like, oh shit, I want to be part of this, and I want to grab that t-shirt and it's mine and no one's got it. And that's the idea. I don't like, sometimes I've had people come to me and ask, oh, have you got this in a large, in a medium? And I say, oh no, they're actually all sold out. And they said, oh, that's a shame. I said, well, the shame is that you weren't there when they were released, and it was big. It's a big thing, and it's a big, you know, happening. I want it to be exclusive, and I want people that, you know, buy into the brand to be buying into it for a reason, not just to, you know, pick it off the shelf and go, yeah, I'll have that, like you would in any other shop. I want it to be like, you want it because you want it. There's a lot of meaning behind it. I think there needs to be. It's not just me as a YouTuber or putting videos on YouTube, just making something out of my YouTube, because the FYD was here before YouTube was. In fact, FYD in my head started about 3 years ago, but I just never had the bollocks to actually do it. It started with a little sort of inkling in my head, thinking, when I got the tattoo, I was like, shit, I'd love to put that on a t-shirt, or I'd love to, you know, show other people that it's a cool thing. You know, for it to actually formulate into an actual business or an actual clothing company is a completely different thing. And it took me 3 years from, you know, getting the actual tattoo into going into, you know, my first production of t-shirts last year.
I want it to be, you know, people to be proud to wear it and proud to, you know, buy something off me, and know that you're supporting a small business. Especially, I used to buy so much, you know, I'll start reeling names off: Billionaire Boys Club, A Bathing Ape, Famous Stars and Straps, Diamond Supply, you know, all of the big companies. And every time I used to get it, I'd think, yes, I've got that, that's awesome. And I want that feeling for people that buy my stuff. I want it to be like, yes, that is so cool, I finally got one, like, that's awesome. I just don't want it to be a generic brand. I want it to mean something and have a meaning, and people get excited when I say, in 2 weeks there's a fucking release, you know, there's gonna be 30 t-shirts, they're gonna be numbered. As a customer and as a, you know, a buyer, it's up to you to want to be part of it. You know, every time I've seen someone in one of my t-shirts or hoodies or whatever, I've always praised them and say thank you so much. You know, you're building a better business for yourself. It will only get better from here, do you know what I mean? None of the profit or anything will go into my own self-satisfaction by putting fucking wings on Lambos and all this shit. It will always go back into the quality and the making it better and the designs better, and I'm doing it for the love of clothing. I'm not doing it for just to do it. I'm not doing it just to do it. And I see a lot of people out there just doing it to do it. You know, quality and how the business is and how the clothing is my, you know, main priority, and it always will be. Although being a car enthusiast, I'm a huge clothing enthusiast, and I have been for years. This is my dream, and this is why I'm working hard towards it. And I hope everyone can sort of see that. Enough waffling on. If you've made it this far, well done. The next release is actually in, I think we're dropping it next Sunday, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I would like to thank every single person that's already made a pre-order on the hoodies. I literally cannot thank you enough. The hoodies will be going out the second they come through my door. They'll be going out to your door. And because you've pre-ordered, you will get more stickers than you usually would. I hand write a note to every single person as well, and saying thank you, you know, post up a picture, you know, add me on this, add me on that, because I think it's just nice. I think that's what I would expect as a customer. I'd expect, you know, someone to sit there and say thank you for giving me your money in exchange for a product, do you know what I mean? So every single clothing order comes with Haribo sweets, which is a must in my opinion, stickers for your car, for, you know, wherever, and it comes with a handwritten note from me saying thank you. It is my passion. It isn't just a laugh on the side. It really, really is my passion. So thank you for letting me bore you about my tattoo talk, about my oddly shaped body these days, because I have not dieted in a while, although I need to for the summer, because obviously, you know, ripped bodies and all that bullshit. And again, guys, if you want to support me, I will always say thank you. I will always support you back with more stickers, more content, more whatever. It's just a shame that my leg doesn't fucking work at the moment. You know, I've had to push back a couple of reviews. I've had to, you know, push back a couple of things. So, but don't worry. In a week, I reckon we'll be back on it. And if I haven't bored you enough in this video, remember, go onto my channel, check out all of the other reviews that I've done. There is a lot out there. I have actually done quite a couple of cars so far. And tell me from this video your dreams, aspirations in life, you know, all this sort of thing, the positivity side of everything, in my opinion. Tattoo talk, you know, what are your tattoos? So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.